Now that you know who you are, you understand and realize, and you should be thankful to God that you made it to where you are now. Now that you know exactly who you are and what this is all about, you know that a lot of relationships from your past were traps. They were roadblocks. They weren't real relationships, they were traps. A lot of relationships from your past were traps. They were traps set up for you, for people to bring forth your ending, to pretend like they loved you. They dated you, but they didn't have feelings. It's like they were really doing a job, and their job was to make you as depressed as possible. A lot of people out there probably have went to counseling in a lot of relationships. Marriage counseling or counseling for themselves. Because the person they were with was deliberately trying to drive them insane. It's like loving somebody so much that they don't love you back. It becomes exhausting and draining, and it does damage to your brain. Because a lot of your past relationships were traps. They were traps. It wasn't real, it wasn't genuine. It wasn't genuine. And that's the painful thing about it. When you've poured out a lot of your emotion and your heart into something that was time wasted because they were under orders or they had a bigger agenda. They didn't believe in God from the beginning. You were dating a saintess who believes in rituals, uh, incest with their own child, rituals like that, and animal sacrifices and demonic dark stuff. A lot of relationships from your past were traps. You were supposed to be stuck with somebody. And when you got away from somebody, it revealed a lot of people. Because a lot of people want you to play a scapegoat and be the fool and be with somebody for a lifetime that you are not happy with. You are in pure D hell. And people want you to stay that way because it benefits them to see you in a lackluster relationship where there's nothing but arguing and fighting. They don't want the best for you. People are obsessed with knowing that you have nothing or you have no happiness or want you in a certain place. They watch you 24/7 because they think they own you. A lot of y'all out there have probably been dealing with the devil and never knew it. And it's not just relationships, it's people. It's mothers, it's fathers who have been your biggest enemies the entire time. They have been the one that's been sabotaging you, destroying your reputation, dragging your name through the streets. It's sad for a lot of people out there knowing that their mother hates them to death in real life, or their father does not like them in real life. That is possible. A lot of it has to do with the things that they went through. Some mothers were sexually assaulted. They were did absolutely terrible. Fathers have been molested. That is just, it's very, very sad. And it takes a lot of strength to be willing to put that aside, to understand that you have a second chance. It's not your life, but it's your child now. You have a chance to make sure that your child is free from any of that they don't be in toxic relationships where every other day the police is coming to the house because they're having domestic disputes. But that is a lot of times what parents have put on their children to continue to be in relationships and attract the same type of people. They're traps that you were never supposed to get out of. Some of these relationships was people were put in place to keep you asleep, to keep you demonically attached. You had somebody that was with you that really just was carrying out a job. Their job was to make you miserable, to poison you, to harm you. You never would have thought. People be doing a lot of shape-shifting, as they say. The world needs more uplifters, not shapeshifters. But these relationships for a lot of people, that they scarred you so bad. They've scarred a lot of people so bad that it's like they have PTSD and they wonder about everybody that they meet. They thinking, is this another one? Or is this my person? That is the battle that you go through once you've been in enough toxic relationships. And for men, if you've been with multiple narcissistic women and you've been through so much in toxic relationships with women who destroy your reputation, and your relationships is in the streets and you're just going through so much, it makes you want to keep the bat in the cage, don't it? Because it was a trap. Ladies, it's a man that was in your life. He started off so nice. You probably wasn't dating him but a month or two. He gave you a gift. Believe it or not, that's a red flag. Somebody giving you something that early, you need to check their background, check their mental state, because it becomes a fatal attraction. They love bomb you through texts and phone calls. They text you every day around the same time. They text you 2 or 3 times a day. Your attention is only on that person because they are taking up most of your time, because they are contacting you, love bombing you. And it's all to trap you. The devil is always going to use his agents to trap the children of God. That is his ultimate goal. So understand that a lot of your past relationships were traps. Especially if you are a child of God and you are a really chosen vessel. They were traps. A lot of them were. And that's the reason why you have a lot of relationships that people wanted you to stay in. They wanted you to continue to put up with toxic situations just because you have a place to stay and a roof over your head, and you can do whatever you want to do, and that person can do whatever they want to do, and you still that's you're teaching your children that it's okay to be unhappy and be with somebody. You cheated I don't know how many times. They cheated I don't know how many times, and you're still there. If you have done this, and that person has done this, do you think it's ever going to stop? You think it's ever going to stop? I don't think it will. So understand that a lot of your relationships were traps. Now you know better, and you have the knowledge to understand who you are and what you're dealing with out here. So you'll make a better decision.